Hello and welcome to Tech24 with me, Annelise Borges. Coming up, the brain race is on. A growing tech economy requires digital literacy, and Estonia is leading the way, teaching 7-year-olds how to code. And in Test24, we check out a portable learning and playing machine. KidsPad 2 has got more than 1,000 applications, games, videos, and music. Enough to keep your kid busy for hours. Bored with math? Not a big fan of history or grammar? How about some programming or software design? School children ages 7 to 16 are being given the opportunity to learn how to code in Estonia. The country is implementing a new education program that will have 100% of publicly educated students learning to write code. Probe Tiger is the new initiative that aims to transform children from avid consumers of technology, which they naturally are, into developers of technology. Probe Tiger is being launched at a few pilot schools, and we sent France 24 reporter Patrick Hermansen to visit one. Take a look.
Given the winter climate in Estonia, few are any strangers to snow sports here. What might be less well known, though, is that the Eastern European nation's the most plugged in Europe, and one school's starting IT training from the age of just 7. This morning, the teacher's showing our budding programmers how to handle a construction game. It's been pretty popular.
I love using this program because there's a robot in the game that obeys my orders.
Learning through fun's a key part of the Tiger Leap program, teaching kids usually already familiar with technology.
I think the children, they know better computers than our generation, because they already born with mouse in their hand, but they don't know actually how to work with computer. They play.
And that makes games the ideal medium for teaching IT to a younger generation. It means children of between 10 and 12 can do basic programming.
Célèbre de dessin animé en Estonie et Astérix est très célèbre en France. Lotte a voulu visiter la...
This cartoon took me 2 hours. We searched photos, I put everything together. It's pretty short. It's like 30 seconds.
To help both the teachers and pupils develop their skills, the Tiger Leap Foundation sends in its own advisors too.
The future of the kids, yes, is to come from users to developers. So ICT gives this whole new world for them to make their own games, to make their own music with the computer.
Tiger Leap should hit the whole Estonian curriculum by the beginning of the school year 2014, though of course it seems some things may always have their place in the nation's schools.
And our in-house tech specialist, Mark Edwards, is here with us now. Mark, this initiative involves obviously the government and education sectors, but is also supported by local IT businesses who stand to benefit from a well-educated workforce in 12 years' time. Is this kind of collaboration between government and private sectors the way of the future?
I think in Estonia, certainly, and it's something that should be adapted around the world. I mean, 3 of the most valuable companies in the world are Apple, IBM and Microsoft, all technology-based companies. And you've got to look at it from a certain point of view. Estonia is not trying to create a nation of programmers. It's trying to create kids who then turn into adults who are technologically savvy. And that's a big difference. You know, if you can learn programming when you're younger, you know, I had to learn programming at the ripe old age at 25, and I found it horrifically difficult. It's like languages, it's like anything. At a younger age, you've got an entire workforce coming out who know how to use computers. They're not all going to be computer geeks, but they'll know their way around the latest technology, and that can only be a huge, huge benefit.
Thanks for that, Mark. We'll move on now, because it's time for Test 24. Over 1,000 applications, games, videos, and music. Enough to keep your kid busy for hours. Meet KidsPad 2, the latest tablet for children. It operates on Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich and features VideoJet Kids OS, a specially designed interface with a secure browser and parental control antivirus. So there's no worry about inappropriate content. KidsPad 2 has a 1.1 GHz processor and a 4 GB hard disk, plus micro SD card reader, built-in speakers, mic, headphones, and a camera. Mark, this is a good gift, not just for the kids, I imagine, for parents as well.
Oh, here we go. Merry Christmas coming up to everybody. And yeah,
that's right.
We're getting in the Christmas spirit, and particularly with this lovely little gift here, the kids pad too. Now, if I just switch it on, we've got a, oh, what are we doing here? Right. Very, very intuitive, easy to use, very simple for the kids, but it's particularly educational. We'll go into some of the educational stuff here. We've got some letters. Now, this is one of the bits I like. For all you mildly lazy parents around, they have the ability to, you can read stories automatically.
Are there lazy parents?
There is no such thing as a lazy parent, and I don't want anyone thinking that over Christmas. But no, you're right, this is fantastic. Parental lock, games, educational tools. 30 apps already preloaded. As you said, 1,000 apps, over 1,000 apps to choose from, all of them free. It's a lovely gift for your kids to get them. Again, we're talking about technology, get them into it and understanding how to manipulate tablets. I will say the problem with this one, we can't just be, I mean, I'm being a bit of a Christmas Grinch, but the problem is it is really focused for the French market, and not a lot of the apps have a lot of language-based things or things in English. But for the moment, I would recommend something like this if you want your kids learning a bit more about tablets and educating themselves.
Okay, so among the features, it's got audio player, video player, photo viewer, and even then Wikipedia, social networks, and email. But how about the educational apps? Will they play Angry Birds on this all day long, or can they actually learn some, I don't know, math, science?
They can. There's puzzles, there's games, there are educational games, so you can kind of trick your kids into thinking they're actually playing a game when they're actually learning. Obviously, I'm going to be Parent of the Year, I'm sure, when that happens. But yes, there are plenty of things to educate and to make sure that you feel safe, that it's in the hands of your children, and you can just leave them in the corner whilst you get on with drinking your eggnog or whatever you do on Christmas.
What about the price?
119 euros, which I think is actually quite good. You know, any normal tablet will begin around 150 euros. Yes, it's for kids, but you know, you've got to pay. I mean, it's nice, it's easy. You can drop it. Don't try and drop it too much, but it's very kid friendly, as you would expect. Good gift.
All right, thanks for that, Mark, and thank you for watching this edition of Tech24. Don't forget you can give us your feedback on the show via Facebook or on Twitter at TechF24. And we leave you today with Within Two Worlds, a time-lapse video created by photographer Brad Goldpaint. Stunning sequences watch day turn night and night turn to day to the sound of Believe in Yourself by Serge Essiamber. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.